Why do you believe it is important for individuals, you included, to develop an understanding of what your purpose is?
I think if one understands what their purpose is, they can better make decisions that will help them to really achieve and manifest the things that they do want to in life. I, however, don't think that most of us, and myself included, I never really contemplated what my purpose is. Going through life, thinking of my purpose was never something that I got up every day thinking about. It wasn't something I really thought about. But I do think that for people who do, it will guide them to help them achieve those goals and really understand meaning of things in their life and understand how they live their life and help them to be on a path of success.
I will agree that most individuals tend not to focus on purpose in an intentional way. However, the ones that are doing that tend to derive certain benefits from doing so. So let's talk about your specific purpose. Can you share and tell us what your purpose is?
I don't think I have a specific purpose. And I will say this, from I was much younger, although I was a product of teenage parents, I never for once thought that I didn't have a purpose. I knew that I was here for a reason, but I didn't contemplate it and I didn't really look deep into it. But now that I am looking in retrospect, I do know that I do have a lot of purposes. I serve a lot of purposes in all of my roles. I serve a purpose as a daughter. I serve a purpose as a wife. I serve a purpose as a mother. I serve a purpose as a professional. I serve a purpose as a caregiver. In all my roles in life, I have purpose in all of it. So I don't think I have any one specific purpose, but I do know that I serve a lot of purposes. And I do know that now that I'm being more reflective, I do understand that I take my roles seriously and I do things with intention of being good and giving back and respecting other people and providing for those who are less fortunate.
So let's dig a little bit into the role you play as a pediatric occupational therapist and talk to us about purpose served in that capacity.
Well, for me, as a therapist working with children, most of the children that I work with, they are children with disabilities. And whenever there's a child with a disability, there's always parents who are grieving, for lack of a better word, because whenever a parent has a child who is not typical, they go through a similar grieving process, and you know, it's a lifelong process for the life of the child for those parents. And I find that I serve a great purpose in really helping those families who do have children with disabilities, just helping them with everyday things that they have to go through, dealing with the societal issues, dealing with the organizational issues, dealing with the school issues. So I serve a purpose in that sense. And it's not just that it's my job, it's that I find purpose in doing what I do to help children with disabilities and their families.
And how did you end up in that career path? How do you what drove you, and what were some of the deciding factors that drove you to become a pediatric occupational therapist?
Honestly, it was a matter of not knowing my purpose, how I ended up being an occupational therapist, because I knew I had the grades to go to med school, but I didn't have the support, the financial support to go to med school. So I decided, all right, I'm not going to go to med school because it's going to take too long. And I needed to be able to get a job to support myself because I didn't have any support at the time. And then it so happened that I decided, okay, I'm not going to go to med school. And then I said, okay, I'll go into nursing, because nursing will just be 4 years and I would be able to come out, or even less than 4 years, and I'll be able to work. And then I started going down the path of being a nurse, and then a nurse who was leaving the nursing field to be an occupational therapist said to me, hey, have you ever heard of occupational therapy? And I'm like, no, never heard of it. And she's like, we have a program here, you should try it. And I said, oh, okay. So I applied to pharmacy school, and I applied to occupational therapy school, and I got accepted into the occupational therapy school before I got into pharmacy school. So I just went ahead and did the program for occupational therapy. I am just so blessed that it's one of the best professions in the world. And I think I truly ended up finding purpose.